Welcome to the Infowars Nightly News. I'm Rob Dew, and we have live in Chantilly, Virginia, Alex Jones. So we're going to turn to him now. Alex, can you hear me?
Yeah, but I don't.
Yes, we're out here
I think
at
it
the
makes
scene of
sense
Bilderberg 2012 on this May 31st evening. There's been about 250 people out here today. We're expecting even bigger crowds tomorrow. Just amazing folks that are on the coming, everybody that's watching and listening. They've been watching us here for the last 30 minutes, get the technical stuff together and put this on Infowars Nightly News, and we're sending out Skype and Ustream right now, and over the prisonplanet.tv system. It's commercial free with a big free box right at
We don't have to convince them of shit, man. We have to tell them stop being traitors to this country.
But that's some of what's going on there. I have some of their agenda, and I have some breaking news.
Well, then they're idiots. They're criminally negligent.
They're also we'll probably have to go down there
criminally
next
negligent if they don't know what's
As soon
going
as we
on.
start talking, everybody starts talking real loud.
They've all been told.
We are here.
We're
We're here doing the show. I'm on the ground right now. Live technologies that we've been doing on the street for about 5 years with live video streaming. Really starting to come into their own right now. Coming to you, Rob, there live on Infowars Nightly News.
Alex, that feed sounds much better.
Okay,
so
Rob,
how many? Yeah, how many protesters are you estimating out there now?
Oh, there's probably only about 100 people out here right now. There were about 250 earlier in the day.
And it seems like everybody's fired up. Do you think it's going to get bigger tomorrow?
Yes, it is. I was going to give people a report on some of the things that are going on. And again, we're getting audio off these phones. They got to be really close.
Right.
I'm here with Aaron Dykes, Rob Jacobson, and others. And we're coming to you here on Infowars Nightly News. We got a big report with Mike Adams, some of the highlights of what's happened coming up. And again, we're live right now. What is it, like 10 minutes after?
5 minutes.
It's about 5 minutes after 7 here. And this is the alternative media that is becoming the new dominant media. The dinosaur media is just a massive and near complete joke. But I do have a lot of items and points that we can go over. I thought we would just go out and talk to the crowd and get people's take on things for a while.
Did you have any confirmed sightings today of anybody entering the Bilderberg meeting?
Yes, David Rockefeller.
Ah, the Count Dracula
has been seen.
himself.
Our mole inside already is now here.
Did he bring his coffin with him?
Henry Kissinger was seen by the crowd out here. Pardon me?
I said, did he bring his coffin with him?
No, he didn't bring that. He's got that for humanity.
All right, here we go again.
But we've got a lot of stuff.
Showed up. The rest of you guys are like it's serious about this.
I mean, the big issue is there's just a lot of people out here, and wherever we go, people come over and talk.
You got to get off your job.
So we probably won't be able to actually do this. But we've been doing the live stream out here pretty much off and on all day long, and we've been breaking a lot of news. But Henry Kissinger drove in earlier, and he was in a car with the windows completely untinted like he does on purpose. He's very arrogant on all the murder and activity he carries out through the Agenda 21 and Senate Department Memorandum 200. And Henry Kissinger is also very, very proud of other activities that he's been conducting. And there's just a lot of great people out here. So I thought I'm going to go ahead and hang this phone up, just go off audio here with everybody. Thought I'd go over some of the agenda and things that have been happening. We have reports here from our moles inside that I'll be discussing, but it happened just about an hour ago. Two people that got too far out the street to videotape through the windows Bilderberg criminals arriving to violate the Logan Act. They were arrested. So there's been some arrest here. That's going up at Infowars.com. Any minute, I just talked to Paul right before we went live. And we are here right now, again, at the side of Bilderberg 2012. It is so important for everybody to be part of this. It's so important for everybody to come here to this event because they get all the attention when NATO or G20 comes to town or Obama or Mitt Romney, the protesters. The media will not cover this with a 10-foot pole, with a 1,000-foot pole, because it identifies the real power structure. And that's what scares the system. That's what's got them so afraid. And that's why they want to shut down the alternative media. Now, I've got some points I want to make, and then I thought we'd go off into the crowd,
Get off the couch.
talk to people, and after we had a chance to hear from some of the folks that are here, we would then let Rob do, who's there at the command center running everything, and I appreciate the fine work of everybody. It's been very stressful. We've been streaming live, and you've seen all our technical stuff behind the scenes as we develop and hone this. But I've bought 3 new phones, the latest G4 streaming, and we're going to more and more when we're out in the field, whether it's even local reports we put on nationally, we're just going to stream live, raw what's done, mounted to the camera, and then also bring back the high def and cut it together and present it in quality. So this is the whole move we're making. First time we did this was, 4 years ago? Well, really 5, but 4 years ago, Richard, remember MSNBC attacking you to knock out your live feed? And we caught him cutting my wire and all that at the DNC. So it's a serious technology. And when the police realize you're streaming live, they act a lot different.
Yeah, the evidence has been...
The cops will act like good cop, but then we went and parked in one spot, and it said private property don't park here. So we went over trying to find parking somewhere else, and they swarmed us. And we're going to charge us with trespassing. Until I pointed out, well, wait, it's not marked at this building. And the cop was recording us with a little sunglass video camera and everything. And he's over there right now acting real friendly. But it's just like hunting or fishing for them. They think catching us in something's going to do something. Meanwhile, the real criminals are inside right now. And Aaron Dykes is here with us. Aaron, why don't you tell some of the viewers about the history of Lockheed and the criminal activities? But first, give us your overall report on what's happening.
Well, it's incredible, of course, that people have come out. Again, we're trying to put light on the meeting. And I think there is a lot of pressure on it. I'm not saying that if the meeting is damaged politically and they can't carry it on, that their power dissipates, but they have to use the vessels and the vehicles they built to get their agenda carried out. So when we put pressure on them, that does do something to them. I've just seen the list when we were on a break earlier, a lot of interesting names. But you asked about the Lockheed, of course. It's in David Rockefeller's memoirs. Of course, it's on Wikipedia. There's been other books written about it. In 1976, Prince Bernhard had to step down from the Bilderberg meeting after a couple of years of pressure being put on him over this Lockheed Martin scandal, where he denied that there was any kind of insider trading going on. Turned out evidence mounted, in the words of David Rockefeller, that indeed he had been meeting with go-betweens here at the Bilderberg meeting.
And back then, you just couldn't completely sell the government out, like Fast and Furious and what's happening here with the energy companies. Back then, you'd still get in a little trouble. Now they can just rob anything they want.
Well, Prince Bernhard, the Nazi, Prince Bernhard, who was on the IG Farben board 10, 15 years before World War II even started, was, of course, insider trading, of course, taking bribes for weapons systems for the Dutch country and other countries in Europe, but he got caught. He denied it. He said nothing was going on, but the evidence came out. Interestingly, that was right after Tucker started exposing Bilderberg. Maybe that was part of the reason why so much pressure was put on him. At any rate, Prince Bernhard had to quit Bilderberg. He had to step down from over 300 important committees, including the World Wildlife Fund that he founded. I'll let that plane pass.
No, it's all right. Keep going.
He also had to step down from more than 300 boards he was on, and had he been more of a regular person, he would have been certainly arrested with the evidence they mounted. Because he was a fancy prince, they let him just retreat into darkness, and his daughter, Queen Beatrix, instead started coming.
Exactly. So now expand to some of the turds that are on the list this year.
Well, of course, we got all the regulars. I didn't put them on this short list, but from American politics, we have Dick Gephardt, very prominent politician. We have Mitch Daniels and John Huntsman, who is just in the GOP race. All of them may or may not be potential VP nominees. We don't know that, but we'll find out what happens as things go along. I find it hard to believe they'd do a double Mormon ticket in the GOP, but you never know. Huntsman was inside the Democratic Party.
Well, it's all about being over the top.
For China.
Now it's all about over the top. Hands down the
I
pants.
agree, because everyone
banning soft drinks in New York, banning free speech in Australia.
Not to mention
they might announce a double Martian candidacy.
And you got all this stuff coming out where it's clear something is going on with Obama and his providence and where was he born. Well, they were pushing Arnold for president years ago, knowing it was.
Hey, how do they let you guys park over there like that?
I don't know. We're waiting for it to come and ask us.
No, I'm glad you're able to do it. Anyways, side issue. Great job.
Yeah, back to potential presidents and vice presidents. You remember years ago they were openly pushing Arnold, commercials on TV, amend for Arnold, amend the Constitution so that he can run. They want that agenda in. It doesn't have anything to do with Arnold. Now you've got Obama. Pretty obvious something is being covered up about his birth. We're going to find out in time. But now they're saying potential VPs are Mark Rubio, whose parents were both Cuban-born, Bobby Jindal, whose parents were both Indian-born. All of them would have certainly eligibility issues, and it looks like they really want to destroy that part of the Constitution.
Yeah, exactly. Then go over something. Now we've got the guy that's trying to stage the coup over in Russia. And again, I'm not saying Putin's a good guy. The point is the West, the bankers that have overthrown our country are trying to fully take over Russia.
Yeah, we've got Garry Kasparov, the former chess champion, now, pun intended, a literal pawn in the U.S. foreign policy game. You know, articles from people like Tony Cartalucci and others have examined what the State Department and the various foundations and endowments have been doing with the Arab Spring and Africa. They're doing it in Russia too. They've been openly opposing Putin. Garry Kasparov has been there staging protests for 2-3 years now against Putin, getting arrested to make the papers, and he's a possible counter-presidential, but he's clearly working with the West. He's clearly there to try to destabilize Putin. It's a real bad sign that they want tensions with Russia, that they want a cold or cold to semi-hot war with Russia, with all those nukes and all their geostrategy. Then again, the great game between Britain and Russia has been going on for literally hundreds and hundreds of years. But very interesting that Garry Kasparov, the man finally beaten by Big Blue, if I remember right, but the former chess champion, is here at Bilderberg, according to...
He's now submitted to the technocracy.
That's right. He got beat by Big Blue, and he's submitted by the technocracy. And, of course, all the tech people we've been talking about lately are here. Peter Thiel on the steering committee, founder of PayPal, and one of the earliest funders of Facebook. Austin Goolsbee is Skull and Bones. He was in the Obama administration, but he just left to go back to University of Chicago. Here he is meeting with these cretins today. And you've also got the eco-fascists here. We've already heard leaked in the agenda that they're pushing for carbon taxes, finalizing their plan.
Well, you're nice to ask, but I've already eaten, buddy. In the old days, it looks pretty good. Let me see it. In the old days, is like, oh my gosh.
Pause for a pizza thing here.
Pause for some pizza. Oh my gosh.
It's from someone named Luke, the guy said.
I'm sure it's good, but you know, the activists are all great. Let them have it.
Bain Capital had a big Domino's pizza deal.
You guys don't want any? You guys want the slice of pizza?
You're very nice to offer it to us.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, back
He
to
wants one.
Back to the
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Back to the envirofascism.
Back to pizza.
Paul Joseph Watson's written about it, the carbon tax agenda. There's two big...
or as Watson calls it, pizza. I'm sorry.
Yep.
We're having fun here.
So they're here talking about carbon taxes. There's two people on the list.
Oh, there's 11 carbon taxes?
Fred Krupp's a real cretin. He's from the Environmental Defense Fund. And I think this guy's German. I just scribbled it here if I could read my notes. Jürgen Tritton of Alliance 90 and the Greens Party. I think it's Germany. It's one of those European countries. Anyway, the eco-fascists are here in full force. That's going to be a big part of their agenda this year. Of course, people remember it's the year of Rio Plus 20, the revisiting Agenda 21. They know there's been massive resistance to it. A lot of people all across the political spectrum now know about Agenda 21 and oppose it, but they're going to try to make do with some part of that policy anyway.
And by the way, I'm not in contact with the Infowars network. Text message me on my phone. Guys, if everything's loud and clear with the audio. I'm sure you would have called Richard if there was a problem. But we're going to go talk to the crowd here in a moment.
One more fun name I want to point out. Alex debated this guy several years ago, and then he refused to come back on because he's a weasel.
Rothkopf?
Not that guy, but the other guy, Gideon Ragman, or at least he talked about his article.
Oh, yeah, no. He wrote an article countering us. He said, world government's good. It's authoritarian. We kept it secret, but it's for your own good.
Yeah, now he's here. He's from the Financial Times. He wrote that famous article, and now for world government. And that, of course, is Gideon Ragman. He's on.
But in the same article, we're still bad. It doesn't exist, but it is real. And it is authoritarian.
Yeah.
He's here.
And I heard there's Rothschilds inside. Of course, they have dozens of reps there, including Wolfenson and Franco Barnaby, but also Niall Ferguson, their official historian, is also here. He's been here before, but it's interesting to see him on the list yet again. And John Kerry, Skull and Bones, former presidential candidate, also on the official list.
And that list is at Infowars.com.
Yes, it is. Red linked, buddy.
All right, red linked. All right, let me go over some of what's happened. All right, there were arrests here about an hour and a half ago. Kissinger, the literal self-propelled demon, slug, Was videotaped going in. They were going to stage a fake bomb threat today to push back the security perimeter, but we obviously... I'm good, brother. Thank you.
Somebody on Ustream ordered it for us. 10 pizzas.
A guy on Ustream ordered... Okay, I'll eat it if it's on Ustream.
Give him a thank you.
Come on, you can't get me to refuse pizza. Guy's watching us right now. Thanks to them. You look like I need some more food. I need my tangy tangerine. Anyways, Aaron... You can take probably Bilderberg poison. Here, I'll get to the agenda here in a minute. Keep going.
Get us all throwing
Very funny. Of course, also. All right, on, bro. You wanted me to talk about some other people. Also on the list, of course, is the European Commission's Neelie Kroes. I wrote about her a week ago. She's pursuing a mandatory internet ID for Europe. She's here again. We reported on her. Drudge very thankfully linked that up and got it out to the world. Neelie Kroes of the European Commission. A lot of European commissioners, I noticed more than ever on their list. There's 5 or 6 prominent European commissioners. Again, the whole European Parliament is a farce. They have no power whatsoever. They're just there to look representative when the European Council is not the least bit representative.
It's total tyranny.
Yep.
Now that the Infowars Domino's pizza break product placement is over, I'm joking, it's not product placement. I'll start a whole new conspiracy theory.
That's right.
You think that Mike will do good? We better ask them. We have him on the line to know if it's getting better audio.
They're getting audio from that right now anyway.
They're getting audio from that right now? All right, here we go. We'll see if they get better audio on Skype now.
Video from this.
All right, can you guys hear me on Skype via this system? We're testing live here. Coming to you from Bilderberg 2012. Is there any point in holding this up? Okay. We're just beta testing this. We're going to get better and better at this, folks. Got a big news report coming up with all the highlights, and Mike Adams and the crew there at Infowars.com will put together for you. And again, if you're watching on Ustream or Justin TV, they're doing a great job. But we've got commercial-free free streaming running right now at Infowars.com on our own feed at the top right-hand corner of the page. And we'll be out here live tomorrow. Also, as more scum arrives, a lot of them arrive on Friday, not just Thursday. Is it good, Richard? Finding out. Okay, yeah, that'll. All they got to do is pound up the Skype feed and see if it's on there. Rob is not going to do it then.
There's a text message there.
There it is. We still have Ustream changing over. Yeah, but I'm not telling them to change over. See, I'm asking if this is better audio since you wanted to do this.
We got it.
Is this good? I mean, I don't care. I was good the way it was.
Yes, better audio.
Okay, all right. All right, good. Anyways, look, I don't use a teleprompter, but my God, going on in the middle of a protest demonstration, bugs biting me, and then constant audio stuff. I'm like, here's this wire, here's that wire. You know, it's crazy. And pizza. I'm being cursed with pizza falling out of the sky. I'm joking. Thanks for ever sent the pizza. No more, though. I got to get my tangy tangerine this evening. All right, let me try to get into the agenda here now. They don't want this exposed, because then we discuss who's controlling the politicians, the real special interest that are doing that, who want the carbon tax, who want all of this. And I covered a lot of the agenda earlier today. Watson's going to have a big report on that tomorrow morning. But I wanted to go over some of this. I was talking to a truck driver out here today, who's also a private investigator, and he was telling me how to get to keep your commercial license now if your neck is over 17.5 inches. Mine's like 19. It's like that when I'm skinny. It's more like 20 right now. That you have to get tested for sleep apnea, which is most of the time like a made-up deal. Some people have it, but they're saying, you know, if you snore or pause sometimes and don't breathe or whatever, to make sure you don't have apnea. It's this medical tyranny. And you're like, what's this to do with Bilderberg? It just shows how these special interests go lobby to make a commercial group like drivers go do something. And the idea is, if someone could collapse and have a heart attack while driving, we've got to know so we can ban them from driving. And this is how the nanny state's going to kick humans out of cars. The whole military is going to drones and ground robots. This is the big human destroying revolution the elite are carrying out, and it's all done under this green tyranny. Now, I was talking to other folks who were down here from New Jersey. They talked about a farmer's land they took on the side of a lake 10 years ago, just like Austin. Took it for almost nothing, eminent domain, and built condos all over it owned by a foreign company as green space. They take your land, they build on it, and it's for the earth. It's just, hey, we're doubling your power prices in Austin. It's for the earth. Hey, we're going to pay for the Formula One globalist to have his track built so his daughters can live in $200 million houses. It's for the earth. They actually said the track is for the earth and good for the earth. The city's paying for it. It's a bunch of cow pasture they took from somebody, but the Formula One thing is for the earth. It's like, I'm going to rob your house. It's for the earth. So it's all about making you guilty, nothing to do with the earth. Now Mayor Bloomberg, who said he was going to ban salt, says all drinks over, 10 ounces? I was reading the article this morning. 16. How many carbs? Oh, restaurants, carts, yeah, all over the place. That you cannot sell over 16-ounce drinks. And that's sugared coffee, Coca-Cola, anything. And again, he said because sugar's bad. Not that aspartame, that's what alcohol makes you go blind's bad. Not that fluoride they're putting in the water is bad. Not that GMO sterilizing all the rats they give it to is bad. Not that cancer rates, all this off the charts bad. No. They're going to tell you what type of light bulbs, what type of toilet. They're going to have home inspections. They're going to ban your soft drinks. They're going to ban your plastic bags. And people say it's absurd. It's meant to be absurd, like TSA going down your pants. It's meant to be over the top to break your will, so you will just accept all of this. This is in-your-face tyranny, and it's only going to get worse. You don't like 30,000 drones your tax money is going to pay for to violate your rights? How about they're armed? How about the Pentagon's got Reapers over you? Oh, you don't like the government funding al-Qaeda to attack Libya and Syria? Shut up, you're the new al-Qaeda, okay? This is in-your-face, criminal, raw, mafia takeover of this country. And just like the FBI director until the 50s said organized crime didn't exist because they had photos of him dressed up like Dolly Parton, just like all of that was going on, you look at it today and you go, of course there's organized crime. That's crazy to say there wasn't organized crime. This is the real organized crime. They taught the world it was one little group that was doing it. No, this is a shadowy criminal, Logan Act violating meeting, continuing going through this total control agenda, tyranny on steroids via the nanny state that's coming out. This is a total transformation of our system by design for the bad. The EU meltdown with the bank runs, everything we told you were coming, they said wasn't coming. We said the mega banks will sell you derivatives. They'll implode it. Ireland, Greece, Spain, Italy, Portugal. We gave you the entire list 5 years ago. The exact list is now unfolding. Not because we're psychic. We have the globalist battle plan. We have the moles. We have the leaks. We know their agenda. And then they're going to come to the United States. And it's a worldwide depression that's never meant to be turned around. It's meant to get more out of control with more riots. Then the state poses as the savior, taking more rights because of the implosion of the economy. This is a post-industrial, neo-feudalistic system for the monopoly men that we face. It is the end of society as we know it. It is the end of liberty, of freedom, of the family, of everything. This is a total revolution against our species, a war against freedom at every front. And this is what we face. This is what we deal with. Now, that's just some of the points I wanted to go over. I already covered the latest leaks. I was supposed to go meet with Jim Tucker, and if he's still up, I'm going to be able to go do that. He has the best sources still inside Bilderberg, and he's passing those on to the other American Free Press writer and their roving editor, Mr. Anderson. I want to go around and talk to some of the crowd out here. You guys can leave the big cameras right there. And again, I appreciate my crew working so hard into the night this evening with me out here as well. On only 3 or 4 hours sleep each night. We're doing the best job we can. It is ragtag, but it is real. And I want to encourage all of you out there watching across the United States. You've still got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to get here. Get here, take action, get involved. Don't thank me for what I'm doing. Hell, I'm just trying to survive and be free. The globalists don't just want to conquer us. They want to kill us. It's like the James Bond movie where he says to Goldfinger, do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. So let's go over here. There's not a debate about this. There's not a discussion about this. Let's go talk to some of the people that are out here tonight. Let's go talk to the Oath Keeper guys. I want to thank the Oath Keepers for coming out today and putting up this canopy, because I certainly got to collapse under it earlier. God bless you, brother. What do you think of what's going on out here?
It's excellent. We need more people out here. We need more Oath Keepers out here, too.
Well, they've done everything. We had over 200 earlier today, and I think it's going to be over 500 later.
Awesome.
The weekend's coming up.
Definitely. Yep.
Sir, what do you think about what's going on?
I think it's great. We're sending a message to Bilderberg that the oath takers, including even those Fairfax County police there, are more awake than they think that they are.
Oh, that's one of the points I meant to make in my little list of things I didn't get to. We were out here 4 years ago. None of these police knew who I was, my little radio show. I come back yesterday, of 5 people that are here at first when the hotel kicked me out, 2 of them told me they were listeners.
There you go.
Then today we had them on tape saying they were listeners. Even one of the head guys and then his superior runs out of the bushes and says, come here. So the whole point is they're waking up and exactly, they want to put us in re-education camps. We're actually waking them up just through the info war. But my point is that that's an example of 4 years later. These guys are even nicer than they were 4 years ago. And there's been a few problems, obviously, and some of them are on power trips because they're realizing America's being taken over. And I think more than anything, the Secretary of Defense, the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and others, and Obama saying NATO and the UN give the orders, they run our military. That treason, even if Obama was a dictator like Caesar, well, I guess Obama isn't an American, but the point is a president is dictator, that's bad enough. When they say, by the way, Congress, sit down and shut up, you've been paid off, you've been bought off, we work for foreign governments, this is incredible, and these are the people that run it all. I mean, this is amazing. This is so important.
It's hugely important. And that's what Oath Keepers is all about, is waking up those that have taken the oath, getting them to understand their oath is to the people and to the Constitution of the United States, not to a political party, not to the corporations, not to the Bilderberg group, not to any politician, not even to their commander, because, you know, the top is very corrupt.
Well, think of how radical it is that you would dare say people should keep their oath and not turn a police state. I mean, I'm glad the Southern Poverty Law Center says you're bad. I mean, thank God.
If you haven't made the list, then you're nobody in the movement, I guess.
That's like the John Hancock. People always said when I was a kid, sign your John Hancock here. Nobody says that anymore, but the point is John Hancock, that was a death sentence if they didn't win. A lot of them lost their family, houses burned down. It was like, I'm going to sign my name the biggest. Bam, John Hancock.
Well, thanks for all that you're doing, Alex.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'll just reverberate same thing John said, but I have a son that's your age, Alex. He's a captain in the Guard. He knows well what's going on. When they passed NDAA, he said to me, and we talked about it, he says, Dad, he says, you don't have to worry. He says, I will follow my constitutional oath. So that's one thing about all these unconstitutional Bill of Rights trash and things they're doing.
You don't know about the Constitution until you need it.
It's bringing it out in the open. It's bringing these criminals out in the open, and the military's waking up more and more, and you know, getting on board with.
Exactly. You don't need the Constitution until you need it.
That's right. That's right.
You don't need the Second Amendment or the First Amendment until you need it.
Yes. Yeah.
We're out here using the First Amendment, hoping we don't need the Second. What do you think of the American people, though, buying 3, 4, 5 million guns a month?
Well, that's a statement as to what the American people feel about the direction of our country. They see there's a bunch of criminals running it, and they're getting prepared. Whether it's buying guns, going to the Church of Latter-day Saints and getting prepared with long-term storage, you know, food storage items and stuff. And
well, that's the good news. People that are awake are ready. We're dug in, but we're also offensively out there exposing it.
Exactly. Yes.
Doing both, digging in, but also offensing. Both.
Yes. I agree with you completely.
Got to have an offense and a defense.
Oh man, you sure do. And I'm a long-time listener, and I belong to a Patriot Party back in the mid-90s. We were getting Jack McLamb's.
The globalists blew up Oklahoma City to demonize you guys.
Yeah. We were reading Jack McLamb's aid and abet material, and we were seeing everything that they have laid out up to the point.
And boy, now we're here. Sir, what are you doing out here?
Well, I think this is fabulous. I mean, people are really starting to wake up. And we need more people here. We need more oath keepers here. And I want to say that again, we need more oath keepers here. Let's talk about the 450 million rounds that were just purchased by the Department of Homeland Security. You have a comment on that, Alex?
I do, but then also I left a bag over here with some books a fella gave me. Fantastic. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. Thank you. No, 450 million hollow points, a couple hundred million others, hundreds of mobile armored pillboxes. TSA rolling out on the streets everywhere. I don't have to leave outside where I live now to have them out. I mean, this is it. This is happening. And this is a rollout of martial law ahead of a financial collapse. And people are like, well, you know, it's going to collapse. We need a police state. But it's being engineered. And then, yeah, it'll be so bad you'll need the police state. But the point is, it's been done by design, and their solution that they have set up is only more tyranny. We're never coming out of this tyranny unless we defeat them.
Absolutely. And thank God we're able to do this now, because I don't think it's going to happen in the future. This is, like I said, this is absolutely fabulous right here. People are really waking up.
This is the committees of correspondence.
Absolutely. And those people that are inside that building, I wish there was a way something could be done about them right now, and we don't have the answers. Maybe you have some answers for that for us. You have to identify them. The public is asleep. They're in a trance. And millions of people today are learning about them. Look at how much we grow each year, forcing it out. They don't want to be identified. So we first got to identify them, because they're the usurpers, they're the corporate takeover, they're the infiltrators. We're always talking about the Chinese or the Russians, which certainly are corrupt governments and threats. But compared to the globalist, it's like Cicero, the Roman member of the government, philosopher, historian. He said, look, the enemy that comes to your gate with its banner open, they're not a threat. It's the people inside, creeping around inside the halls of the Senate. And that's what's happened. They've totally taken over. And now they're arrogant, going, yeah, we're listening to you. Yeah, we're watching you. Yeah, we'll disappear you. Yeah, we're going to put carbon taxes. Yeah, the UN runs America. Just trying to normalize it. But here's the deal. They may have the majority of people watching Dancing with the Stars, not knowing what's going on. But a giant cadre of more than 20 million people conservatively out of 300 million are really hardcore awake. More than 100 million know things are in trouble. The Congress has a 9% approval rating. I mean, look, people know something's wrong. It's our job to go all the way and really let them know what's happening. And that's what we're here to do. And they can't silence us all. And remember, they're the ones that have to have all the security and are scared. We're not scared. We're not scared, because you know why? We're doing the right thing, and we're letting the chips fall where they may. And that's what God respects, is a commitment to fight evil and not caring what happens to you. Just like George Washington, that's when you get to Providence. All right, let's go talk to some more folks. Good talking to the Oath Keepers here. Hey, I see Joe Bannister over here. Hey, buddy. Came all the way out here from California. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you.
Hey, folks.
I came because you put out the invitation.
Well, thank you for coming, brother. I tell you, it's a lot of good people here today.
Well, first I want to say that you're the most pro-life person on the planet, as far as I'm concerned, because you care about everybody's life, from the unborn to the oldest American alive. So I want.
Well, the wolves always come for the weak first.
Yeah. So I just want to.
Let's go up here on top of the hill and talk. Look out with that. That was some bongo drums or something. Hey, well, it's good seeing you, buddy. How you doing? Stream going good, everybody?
Yeah, doing great.
There's going to be some promotions and citations for the crew after this trip. That's a quote from Dr. Strangelove. So tell us what you're doing out here.
Well, I took an oath, as you know, to support and defend the Constitution, and I've been spending all my time on domestic enemies, so I figured it was about time to start spending time on the foreign enemies.
You're right. This is the foreign enemies that have taken our country over.
They're working together with the domestic enemies, so just trying to help put the word out. That's the fact.
And again, you were a Treasury agent who found out that all the stuff about the IRS was true, exposed it. They tried to put you in prison. You got a jury trial, defeated it. You've been through your own trials and tribulations.
Yes, and when you think about it, and you've told the listeners and the viewers how it's really the foreign interests, the foreign enemies, who put the Federal Reserve Act into being, and the Income Tax Act. It was all planned decades, if not hundreds of years prior to that. So people need to wake up that it's the foreign and domestic enemies working together. Don't just focus on the domestic enemies, focus on all the enemies.
Yeah, it's amazing that the foreign enemies, of course, want to stay secret. I mean, you investigated a lot of real criminals, not just people that were not paying the Federal Reserve money, but people that were actually laundering and stuff. I mean, they want to be secret. People keep asking, well, what's the point of exposing them? Well, why do they want to have their paid-for media say they don't exist? Why does evil want to be done in the dark? Why is it important to identify them?
And I found that during my investigation of the IRS, that the IRS was so secretive, and all the people that the IRS demonized as bad were completely open, wanted to talk to me, wanted to show me their evidence. So it's always the person that's hiding the ball is the one to keep an eye on, for sure.
That's right, and they are scared to death of identification. They are that's why they come in their blacked out windows. It's why they wanted to say this didn't exist. And they are angry because this millions of people, the Washington Times, WorldNet Daily, DrudgeReport.com, Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.tv, the Daily Mail, all these foreign big newspapers, Spanish television, all over. It's happening. The world knows about Bilderberg. They know about the shadow groups, and they know about their eugenics agenda. They're pro-death, world abortion, kill the old people. You know, once they got their Obamacare, Bill Gates said on tape, just look it up, folks, yeah, we'll kill grandma. We'll hire 10 teachers. And the teachers clapped. No, idiots, they're going to kill you too. It doesn't work like that. You don't shrink the economy and make it better. You make it bigger for everybody. Their whole business is about keeping it small.
And their space doesn't seem to get violated, but ours sure does. So I just asked the TSA on my trip here.
Oh, yeah, how'd that go?
They were pretty kind to me. I try to just question them about the Fourth Amendment, things like that.
What did they say to you?
He didn't seem to know much about it. I'm not sure why that is.
Well, you know, they teach people that talk about that Fourth Amendment are terrorists.
That's probably why I don't work for the IRS anymore. I tended to focus on the Constitution a little too much.
Tell folks about your website.
It's agentfortruth.com.
We got to get you back on the radio. You be out here tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
I want to interview you on the radio. Joe Bannister, God bless you, my friend. Hey, who wants to get on here next? Yeah. Who wants to get on here next? Come here, buddy.
How you doing? I'm Nicholas D. Simone. I just performed that song I was telling you about.
It sounded good. I heard it from a distance. Yes, sir.
Hopefully tomorrow we can get you and everybody else to sing in on it.
I would have loved to. I just had a deadline to go live on TV.
No problem, no problem. I did submit a video for your reporter contest, and I had a ball just exposing Herb Conaway, the health committee chairman of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Because he wants to mandate fluoride be put in all New Jersey's.
Yeah. Because now we've said no, we want it out. Oh, it's going to be the law. You're going to have it because we love you.
Yeah, $5 billion in startup costs. The annual.
Light. Come on. It's getting dark.
Sure, no problem. $5 billion in startup costs. The annual $1 billion. And he was even rude and cutting off. It was what was it during another session they had where it was parents, teachers, and concerned parents. They wanted to exercise their belief to exemption from vaccinations. And, you know, he was rude and cutting them off. He actually refused to allow the entire health committee at that time to even take a vote on the bill. So I just want everybody to know who this Herb Conaway is. He's not a good guy. He was saying rude and ignorant when they approached him about fluoride. You know, we don't want it in our water supplies. Like, when are people going to get it?
But they're putting it in there to keep you safe.
He's taking action.
I even discovered, too, even the government's own documents, it was the National Agricultural Library's document for WIC recipients states that parents should be encouraged that their children spit out the toothpaste before they're,
No. They admit it's killing people. All right, let's talk to some more folks.
Thanks for taking action, buddy.
How you doing, ma'am?
Pretty good, thank you.
Thanks for coming out.
Oh, I'd love to support you.
Well, thank you. Where are you from?
Originally Poland,
oh, cool.
And locally Springfield, 20 miles away from here.
Oh, great. Well, thank you for coming.
Oh, my pleasure.
What do you think of this?
I love the movement. I really love the fact that people are waking up. So I'll be here. I'll be with you.
You're fighting tyranny.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, God bless you. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Alex?
Good. Thank you for coming out.
Thanks. So it's a good turnout. Unfortunately, I can't be here for the whole duration. But
Well, we appreciate you being here just tonight.
Thank you.
That's what matters.
Absolutely.
It was about over 200 today, and it's Thursday. I predicted it'd only be about 200. It was more than I thought, but I think it'll be about 500 tomorrow and Saturday.
Yeah, I should think so. Hopefully even more. It's great.
Hey, everybody's out there watching. Get your butts over here to Chantilly.
That's right.
Sir, you got anything to say?
Death to the New World Order.
Death to the New World Order. It says the original 13th Amendment prohibits titles and nobility. It does. All these politicians that go over and get knighted by, I guess we're not celebrating the Golden Jubilee or anything?
That's right, yeah.
No, certainly not.
Anybody else? How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing great.
Thank you for coming out.
I'm a huge fan. Absolutely. I'm doing it for my daughter.
Good. That's another point I was going to make. When I look at my children, it makes me really mad at these people. I mean, these are scum.
They are, and we don't have any life if we don't fight these people. So I'm doing it with every atom in my body. I'm fighting them as much as I can. I teach Constitution classes and I homeschool my daughter. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know. That's Al-Qaeda, right?
You don't like the government training camps?
No, I don't. No, I don't. So.
Where they now say that they get your child to agree to a shot when they're 10 years old, as if they can give parental consent. Amazing.
It is. So the reason why I homeschool my daughters, so many reasons. You inspired me. first of all, but also, you know, she took her Bible to school and she was told that she was not allowed to have that there.
And again, they tell them they can't even thank God, whatever their, you know, God is at graduation and things. That's your First Amendment. Separation of church and state means the government can't create one religion or make you follow their religion, and that's not even in the Constitution Bill of Rights. That's a letter from Thomas Jefferson. But they take that and now say, got to take, in England, they're making people not wear crosses around their necks.
Yeah.
I mean, this is tyranny. Did you hear about Australia banning free speech?
From you.
It was in their newspapers. I can't believe it.
Yeah, it's
They said,
unbelievable.
we will arrest you if you, or $1.1 million fine Australian if you talk bad about carbon tax. I mean, that's like the Soviet Union at its height would do stuff like that. I mean,
Absolutely.
that is wild. A Western country.
Yeah. Well, also, she was in 2nd grade. That was her last year that she went to school, and they were already talking about sex in 2nd grade.
That's what they do. They push it on the kids to totally screw them up, to destroy their innocence. Because if you have your innocence destroyed early, you have trouble developing properly. They know that.
Yes. So, and we have a farm. You know, we have a small farm. And
Oh, that's why you're the #1 enemy. That's why farms are key. People getting self-sufficient will defeat these people.
yeah, my eggs are Al Qaeda, I guess.
Oh my God! I hope you don't have raw milk. That would be even worse. Whoa, cops! I know you're watching the live feed. Danger! Danger! Will Robinson! Alert! Alert! Nyeh, nyeh, nyeh. Klingon attack! All right. Anything else?
No, thank you though.
God bless you. Great job. All right, sir. Go ahead. You got anything to say?
Has Leon Panetta been asked about declaring war by the United Nations instead of going through Congress again?
Yes, he got grilled again in the House about a month ago by Walter Jones. And he said, well, we still reserve the right to get orders from the UN, but we probably should come talk to you. So he took 10 million steps forward in treason and took about 9 million steps back. But he's already got us 1 million steps into treason.
How come they haven't arrested him yet for saying things like that?
Because they've got their crooks in charge everywhere. I mean, it is a takeover.
I was shocked when I heard him say that. And everyone just stood there and watched, and he said, yeah, we'll let Congress know when we're going to declare war in some nations.
We'll let Congress know because we're your loving foreign world government. Unbelievable. They've taken us over, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah!
Thanks for fighting us.
Thank you. Thank you. Hell, we don't have any future. We don't fight. Thank you, my friend. All right, who else wants to get involved here? Richard, what's your take on all this? Richard is like incredible. Look at him carrying all that equipment. I feel guilty even having him do it. I didn't ask him to carry all that equipment, by the way.
No, he didn't ask him.
Festooned with it.
I do like being festooned with the equipment, especially helping to fight the New World Order and kick Bilderberg's hind end. So thank you, Alex Jones. Thank you, this crowd.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. And again, we're at prisonplanet.tv. Soon I'm going to have due here in about 5 minutes, and the great job the crew's done there. Throw it to a 55-minute production they did right before we went live with Mike Adams, who I appreciate Natural News coming in, because the revolution against tyranny is all about basic humanity. You do anything wholesome and decent, you strike a blow for human liberty. People say, how do you defeat them? You live well, you try to get healthy, none of us are perfect. You try to have a garden, you try to love your neighbors, try to get along with your family, try to turn the television off more. That's how you defeat the tyranny. That's how you defeat the tyranny. And that's the only choice we've got, is to fight back or roll over and just give the planet to a bunch of the scum of the earth who's not elite. They're just like cancer. They are absolutely willing to go in 100 different directions and just do whatever they want. And that's what they're doing. And it's time for people to say no. Hey, you were here 4 years ago. Hey, how you doing? Hey, you guys want to come get on the mic? How you doing, Mr. Medina?
I'm doing great, Alex. It's great to see you out here and all the activists from all across the nation. It's really inspiring. I hope more people show up throughout the weekend.
I do too. Look at these rigs where you've got like double cameras and everything. We can learn from you guys.
Yeah.
Amazing. No, I know. That's killer. That's awesome. Tell folks about your live stream channel.
Oh, yeah. Occupy Bilderberg 2012 and truthexposedradio.com. Definitely we're updated.
Very exciting. And then Luke Radowski's doing it. We Are Change on there. We're doing it. Everybody's doing it. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome.
Tell us who you are.
I'm Abby Martin, journalist for RT and also Media Roots. I just got Alex on the new package that we just put up today.
And I thought that was you.
Yeah.
RT, and I was like, she looks familiar. I never got around to it.
Yeah, Abby Martin's the handle. Check out the package. Alex Jones is on it, and I'm really happy to see everyone out here.
I thought that was you, but I thought, man, the RT girl looks like that Abby Martin.
Yep, I'm here, back again.
That's great. So how are you doing?
I'm awesome. I'm really awesome. It's great to be on a professional network, being able to tell the truth.
Let's go over here by the edge where everybody's on the light here. It's getting too dark. Come on with us, Abby. We did your We did your RT report now, and now you can do ours. This is very exciting. Again, we have the evil Al-Qaeda dog. So tell us about the RT piece you did.
It's just interviewing you, Matt Medina, Adam Kokesh, everyone who's really speaking truth to power, putting their name out there and really putting themselves out there to tell the truth from the ground up, grassroots, because that's really where the revolution's at. It's a war of the mind.
Tell us about your RT pieces you're doing.
It's really amazing because RT does not censor anything, and I pretty much write everything that I read and do my pieces on. So I'm doing one on cyber terrorism right now, the fear mongering going on.
You know, America's in trouble when the Russians are freer than us.
It is weird. It's a weird reality. Believe me, it is strange.
Imagine, I mean, have you heard they're banning soft drinks over 16 ounces in New York?
No, I didn't.
Talk about nanny state.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
30,000 armed drones. How's that sound?
Oh, it sounds great.
Sound like freedom?
I mean, the drones alone is just, there's such a cognitive dissonance with drones flying over you and the chilling effect that it's going to cause.
Well, and the Pentagon's involved domestically. Our money, it's totally illegal.
Yeah, and schools
The
now.
CIA domestically is illegal, but they just go, you know what? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Schools and corporations are now going to have drones that are just flying. Anyone can get them, and that's the most terrifying part. Is what is this going to do to our psyche?
Well, it's like they live. Hello there, Mama don't like tattletales. I've come here to do two things: kick ass and chew bubblegum. I'm all out of bubblegum.
Unfortunately, there's not a main software that we can dismantle to, like they're saying, oh, the cyber terrorism thing, someone could just take down the whole infrastructure. It's not the way it works.
No. Well, they're the ones that launched Stuxnet. What do you make of the CIA director coming out and going, it's all a little bit of light for her. What do you make of the whole statements that, yeah, we're listening to you, we're watching you?
Yeah, I mean, they don't even have to hide it anymore. People don't care. And this whole thing with the bin Laden killing and all this stuff, it's like the conventional wisdom that no one questions. I mean, how sad is it that no one even questions what the government says anymore? They just accept it as just dogma. And that's really where we're at. And unfortunately, fortunately, look at all of us. We're waking people up. Every year it gets stronger. And it's amazing.
Are you going to be out here doing more RT pieces?
Absolutely, yeah. Tomorrow, all weekend. Hopefully it'll just get bigger and bigger.
What's the name of your piece so I can get it on Infowars.com, but also direct people over to RT America?
Tongue twister, power elites, plot, and secrecy. At Abby Martin is the handle, ABY Martin. So check that out. And I'll
Power elites, plot, and secrecy.
Yeah, on YouTube. So check it out.
What are they doing? Are they changing the configuration?
They're keeping people on their toes.
They think we're done for the night.
So you guys saw Kissinger?
Yes. What do you make of the unprecedented fences and stuff? This wasn't here 4 years ago.
It's just getting worse and worse. The barricades, the free speech zones, now this new trespassing law that they can just arrest anyone if there's Secret Service nearby. I mean, it's just ramping up the police state in full effect.
Builder blocks, builder scum. We saw the thing saying private property where we parked last time in these big empty parking lots that it turns out is office space owned by the same people. So we parked down the street, just big open parking lot. And the cops were on us in seconds like, no, you're not leaving. We're going to get you for trespassing. And they backed off. But it was just like, it's like, man, I guarantee they don't treat the average citizen like that. It's this idea with police that protesting and being involved is evil. I thought that's what freedom's all about. I mean, it's incredible.
It is incredible, yeah. Our freedom of speech is null and void at this point. I mean, when you cannot protest in the vicinity of someone who's a power figure, then what is the freedom of speech?
Well, people ask why at the start of the Gulf War there were millions marching, and then now there's tens of thousands for big events and thousands for things like this. People are scared. Well, folks, you got to get past that because the TSA, even if you don't fly, they're coming to your neighborhood. Oh, yeah. You're not getting away from this tyranny. You've got to confront it.
Checkpoints and bus stations, the TSA is coming to you. So even if you don't fly, it's going to happen all across the nation. But you can't be scared. You have to shed yourself of fear because either you're scared of the terrorists or you're scared of the government, and you have to shed yourself of the fear and really speak truth to power and get yourself out there.
And now they admit the checkpoints are about, oh, you're on a security list, not an arrest warrant list, you're disappearing. I mean, this is the real deal. I mean, these people mean business. And, of course, this is not Germany or Russia where they didn't hardly have any guns. 3, 4, 5 million guns a month being sold, and they've asked them in questionnaires, why are you doing it? I don't trust the government. When they put people in corners, all these tough guys are going to find out they're in deep trouble. But, again, the globalists are going to play them off against us, the cops and military. Right. Because they want a civil war.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're just going to stage it. Look at what they've done. Every single entrapment case, every single domestic terror case has been completely 100% orchestrated and facilitated by the FBI. So everything that happens is just done by the FBI to ramp up the police state measures at home and justify endless war abroad. And it's really just up to us to recognize that it's all completely manufactured and wake up and help other people wake up. It's really
Again, tell folks your name again and the website for people to find the reports.
Abby Martin is my name. My Twitter handle, abbymartinrt.tv. YouTube, Media Roots. Check it out.
Very, very exciting. Anything else?
That's it. Thanks, Alex,
All right.
for being out here.
Thank you. Anybody else want to say something before we go to the big news production we've got for 55 Minutes with Mike Adams?
Wisconsin representing.
Yeah, buddy. Good job.
I've called you a bunch of times. I'm a Roku listener like your wife, and I have a restaurant, and I was just was hanging out with Jim Tucker having some cocktails, and told him about a burger that we're going to do called the Bilderbergers. They're going to be twin burgers. Special sauce. It's secret, of course, but on top is going to be a wedge of pineapple, a nice pyramid of pineapple with a nice green olive eyeball in the middle. And actually, American Free Press was going to maybe do a little part on that. Thanks for so much for talking with them, and what an honor it is, isn't it, to talk to Jim Tucker.
Yeah, Jim's an icon.
Yeah, I just want.
And that's Bilderberg Special Dishes on the Infowars.com Food Network. Sir, what are you doing out here?
To support my brothers and sisters.
Well, God bless you, my friend. Good job coming out.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr.
Thank
Jones.
you. I want to thank you for coming out too, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. What do you think of this, of the globalist meeting here?
Well, why fool around with Obama? We got to go above his head.
Exactly.
These are the real decision makers right here.
That's right.
And I feel like the Occupy movement, if it was a failure, it's because I wasn't there. I didn't do my part, and I want to do my part and be here today.
Well, it's definitely getting a lot of alternative and international media attention. They're very upset about this. Just 5-6 years ago, the media wouldn't even admit this place existed.
Yeah, I didn't know about it. I just woke up myself in 2008, and it's been a real informative ride for me up to this point. I never knew who you were, Alex Jones, but you're one of my heroes now, just 4 years later.
Well, I'm just somebody trying to survive and be free. God bless you. People that come out here like you and take that first step, you're my hero. Because I'm just like you. I was once didn't know this was happening. People are asleep. They're in a literal trance. We've got to unlock their minds. We can't get mad at people that make fun of us or don't know what's going on. They are victims of this, and we've got to reach out and wake them up.
Amen.
Woo! How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Alex.
Hey, what are you doing out here?
I'm out here from Portland, Oregon, from Occupy Portland.
Wow, good job. What's your name?
Carrie Medina.
Here, let's turn around this way. You want to be on? We just can't see. It's dark out here.
Excuse me.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing very good.
Well, thank you for coming out all the way from Portland.
Yes, Portland, Oregon, Occupy Portland, media representing here.
Well, tell us your view of this.
I just think it's atrocious that leaders from all over are meeting behind closed doors, and we don't know what they're talking about. We can only surmise because the media is not allowed in. No one's allowed in, and mainstream media isn't even here covering this event. So American mainstream media, anyways. So we have to be our own media.
Well, you're right. How long have you been here so far?
I've been here a couple days, and then I've been here this morning since about 9 a.m.
Did you see the arrest 3 hours ago?
I sure did. I saw both of them. There were two. The first gentleman was almost hit by a van that was coming in as part of a motorcade, and after that they sort of told him to walk farther away with them, and then they cuffed him and took him away. And during that skirmish, everyone was watching. They actually nabbed another guy who had a homemade Ron Paul shirt. He was an older gentleman, and they arrested him as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. How big was the motorcade?
It was only about 4 cars long. Most of them have been coming in spurts, about four at a time. And
yeah, it's jet load. Yeah. Why it's important to be here throughout, off and on through the next 3 days is like Obama or Romney. They'll arrive with a motorcade just randomly, like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's why it's important to camp out and catch all this. That's why we need your help and get out here right now.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, we're planning on Sunday when everyone's taken off. We're planning on getting here very early, maybe dark early. So. Definitely, everyone should be prepared for that. Try to get some of them leaving, and I know a lot of world leaders lie about being here, so it's a nice way to.
Well, that's right. Everybody on the list is not all the people that are there. There's always more.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you for talking to us.
Absolutely, thank you. Actually, I'm just on Ustream.
That's good. That's big.
At Occupy PDX News. So right, thank you so much.
All right, Occupy PDX News. Thank you, sir. How you doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
Good, fantastic.
I was here 4 years ago with you.
I remember you.
You do you?
I personally witnessed COINTELPRO and the FBI, some agency, go after Alex Jones here 4 years ago. We were in the hotel. You remember that.
You were in there when they said, we don't want people that steal vases and pull fire alarms. You were a witness of that? I thought it was just Rob Jacobson.
At the Hilton, in the bar.
Oh, when they came in and said, let's attack the State Department.
Right.
Tell folks that story.
I was sitting in a table right next to Alex. Now, I didn't know who the guy was that was sitting next to you. I assumed he was part of your crew because I had never seen you or your crew before. This guy sits next to you, and you're looking around like, who is this guy? He got up and leaves, and you say, that guy asked me, are we planning any violence? And no, we're not planning any violence. We're here to cover the Bilderberg meeting. But just the arrogance of them to come up to you, to come up to us, to film us. I mean, honestly, there's probably some in the crowd right now filming us, watching us.
It doesn't matter, though. We're the good guys. They're the ones guarding a bunch of mafia criminals. They don't let it intimidate you. I know it doesn't intimidate you, you're back, but it's just proof of the tyranny.
It does. And after I left last time, I started a radio show, a website. I became the alternative media, alternativemedia.org. That's what I did.
Awesome URL.
Well, thank you. I do what I can. I mean, I'm not really here to make money. I had to personally finance all of this, you know, but
hey, that's what it's about. There's no future if we don't beat these people. Let's go talk to some more folks. How are you doing, brother?
Pretty good. I'm just here to fight the New World Order. I mean, if we don't fight them, you know, they'll just take over everything and kill our families and
yeah. I mean, if you don't, that's what history shows.
And,
if you don't resist them, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and if we don't learn from history, we're doomed to repeat its mistakes. And I think learning history is probably one of the most important things we can do because it shows a timeline of everything in every culture that eventually turns into this scenario where you have crazy people taking over trying to kill everyone.
Over again. How are you doing, ma'am?
It's an honor. Shake your hand.
Hey, nice to meet you.
You're doing great work, you and your team. I pray for you guys all the time.
We need the prayers.
All the time.
Well, hey, what do you think of this? Where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey, representing New Jersey, so I'm really happy to be here. It's an
your
honor.
shirt.
Oh, well, of course. You know, I wonder where I got that from. Infowars. It's really an honor to be here with the fellow Info Warriors and just fighting the good fight and just carrying on.
Well, thanks for being here early because even more folks will be here tomorrow. It's about over 200 earlier, but everybody's out here at night. It's actually better at night, but thank you for coming out.
Oh, it's an honor. Thank you so much for covering this. And
oh, you bet. We've got to cover it. This is the real deal.
Absolutely. Where's the mainstream media? It's amazing.
Well, more and more each year. But, yeah, we had Washington Times, World Net Daily, Drudge Reports covering it, a lot of foreign press, big newspapers in Europe, but London Guardian. But, yeah, it's a blackout everywhere else.
It's amazing. All these powerful people in one place at one time, and where is everybody?
Well, it's all these cowards that just want to go along with the system. They think if they just go along with the system, the elite will, give them a good job.
Well, they're just bought and paid for it, just like everything else, and they got to be stopped. I mean, just keep getting the word out and, you know, focusing in on, you know, educating people as much as we can because it's just going to keep going further and further until it stops, which is scary for me. I have 2 young kids. I mean, what kind of future are they going to have? Like that young woman said earlier, you know, she's here representing her daughter.
That's why I'm here. Every time I look at my children, how innocent and good they are, and I think of how I've got all the documents. I mean, it's public. These are monsters, man. This is the real deal. And they've got the power because they wanted it. They're the types that want to dominate everybody. These are the scum of the earth.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. And that's putting it nicely, actually.
Good talking to you.
You too. Thank you. It's an honor.
An honor to talk to you. Jacobson, what do you think of all this?
I think it's awesome to see all these people come out, and of course, I'd love to see more people arrive tomorrow. I think there will be a lot more people, but of course, the best thing to do in order to stop Bilderberg, in my belief, is of course to expose him, because look how much effort they go through to hide themselves. It's layer after layer.
Yeah, they're breaking federal law in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how hidden they are. The mainstream media, it's not just all the layers of security, it's the hidden press, it's this and that. And when they have to hide so much to the fact that nobody even, or there's a great percentage of the population don't even believe that they exist, then, you know, what are they doing in there in secret? You know, if it was just a couple of people and you knew somebody was hiding something.
If there were 130 movie stars meeting in secret, there'd be 10 helicopters over us, 25 film trucks. They'd be saying, what is going on in there? They weren't like, hey, these big bankers are meeting with government people violating law. And they're like, shut up, it doesn't exist. And then now we've got them admitting it exists, but they go, political's like, you're still bad, though. Think of how arrogant the New York Times is 4 years ago to say, I was here hallucinating they were here. They said I was imagining men in the woods.
And, you know, I don't think the mainstream media, they're not going to, for not covering events like this and other events which they cover up, eventually it's all going to bust for them. It's going to be revealed that they're not media at all. They're actually a public relations machine for these people, for globalist operations. They're a paid-for cover story. And basically they manufacture spin tales and cartoons for the mainstream media so they could go back to sleep. They could watch their whatever, their TV shows. They could go out through their routine. And I mean, here they are. They're putting stuff in our water. They're making our food into toxic chemicals that people gladly eat all day, and it's because they're not aware of these people. Once they are exposed, people will be aware of them. They'll be upset, and these guys will stop. I mean, there are only 150 of them, or 100, 200. You know, there's a rotating just handful number of these people, and if once they're exposed, they will be stopped. And I think it's very important for everybody out there watching. Come on down. Get involved, expose them. If you come down here, it will count. It will count big time. Because right down there, we're literally 30 feet, 40 feet away from one of the conference rooms. They will hear you. Your voice will be heard. You will disrupt their agenda.
And again, their whole world is about the president and Air Force One and how that's got all the power so they can blame it all on the puppet. Okay? That's what it's all about. It's all a big theater. And once you're aware of the fraud, it's over. We're about to wrap up, at least for now, the live stream, because our battery's about to die over there. And I'm going to go back to Rob Dew here in a moment. Rob Dew, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Alex. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
All
Folks,
right.
only got about 5 minutes of battery left on this one live stream, and then I'm going to throw it back to Rob Dew with a big, giant news production they've got ready for all the PrisonPlanet.tv viewers. Anybody else got anything they want to say? Man in the top hat.
I'm just trying to blend in. You know, I'm thinking I can sneak in. I got my Infowars shirt on here.
You don't have any,
So
you like murder people all over the world, though?
I'm good on that. I'm not gonna.
What about you, sir? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Alex? It's Alex from Connecticut.
Hey, buddy.
What's up?
God bless.
Yes, I finally made it down. I wanted to go over here like 4 years ago, but I couldn't make it out. I'm running on like no sleep. I just came from another event, you know, out in Connecticut. I just drove through.
Hey, great job. We'll see you here tomorrow. You can be here tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely.
You were awesome. God bless you, my friend.
To come do this. This is awesome.
Everybody get here. This is a gathering of people that love liberty. It's very exciting. Again, ladies, how are you doing?
Good. Good.
Thank you for coming out. Where are you from?
Here. We're from right around the corner.
Well, thank you for being here.
I want to tell my story. 4 years ago, I went into that hotel and videotaped it all inside. And I told you guys, but the last time was that I met you last time. And I put my clip on YouTube, and I had 3 guys from diplomatic security come to my house the night before Bilderberg met, question me, ask me questions.
Oh, yeah, I had them harass me. I remember you called into the show.
I called the show letting you know that I filmed that so I could share it with the world. And that you know, that was pretty much my story. You know, so anybody who doubts that this is not real, it is very real. I've lived through it, so, you know.
What did they say to you? Like you were evil that you came to this?
4 years ago, you know, just like, they wanted to know what I was doing, why I filmed it. You know, pretty much an intimidation factor.
You're like, I'm a citizen media.
I didn't say that, but I should have said that. You know, I just answered their questions or played along with their game, you know, pretty much. That's all I said. You know, and they were in my house. And they were there for about 20 minutes. They just wanted to make sure everything was cool, and then they left. But the next day, they were out here in their whole Men in Black outfits.
Well, they wanted to make sure that they could meet with the mafia and screw America and collapse the country and sign us onto their debt. They work for criminals. They're criminals. They're secret police coming to intimidate you, and all the tyranny that comes on them is their fault.
Roger that. Absolutely.
What did you think about that 4 years ago?
I don't like them.
This is your daughter?
My daughter, yeah.
Another evil American in your wife?
Yes, yes. I'm very evil.
You guys almost look like sisters. I mean, I'm not just saying that. It's true. All right.
Thank you.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hi, good.
Anything to say?
I'm just here supporting truth, Alex. And
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you for everything you do.
God bless you. All right, folks, I'm running out of video, not video here. How you doing, buddy? God bless. Thanks for being here to fight the tyranny, brother. We're almost out of time here because that video is about to, I mean, we've got another live stream system. We'll do some live streaming after that. But Rob Dew, what do you think of these amazing interviews we're doing with these people?
Alex, it looks like you're talking to a bunch of wide-eyed, happy terrorists out there. I can't believe it. I'm amazed. It makes me feel really good. I wish I was there with you guys. I'm glad I'm here helping out, but man, it just is the spirit of liberty, man. These people are all happy. They're not sad that they had to go take time off to do this. They're happy to be fighting tyranny, and that makes me very proud.
Well, that's it. Again, if you're a new viewer and you're like terrorist, the government says you're a terrorist. The so-called government, the occupational government, the collaborator government with the bankers. If you love liberty, talk about the Constitution and Bill of Rights. Dude, tell me what's coming up on the show. I mean, I heard you guys put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, we're going to cover some Bilderberg news today about, Kurt Nemo's article, how Bilderberg's illegal. We cover the Logan Act. We're going to go into the Washington Post, or Washington Times, I'm sorry, covering this. I figured out why the Washington Post wasn't covering the event today. Their chairman and CEO, Donald Graham, is inside. So he doesn't have any business covering Bilderberg because he's already there in the know. He knows exactly what's going on.
No, that's right. That's right. Well, I'm going to let you go to your piece. When I was out here today, Tucker Carlson's people ran up and said, hey, Chuck Norris is going to be in there, and laughed at me and said, you just want to make a bunch of money. And I looked at him and I said, that's Tucker Carlson who wants to take over the libertarian movement. And I said, I'll talk to you later. And they go, oh, you're scared. And I said, no, I just got here. But they really hated me, though. They really were, like, burning with hatred. And I realized it, and I said, oh, you're mad that we've got a bigger audience, much bigger than you. You're mad that we're actually able to capitalize. You're mad because people vote with their dollars. The fake left-right paradigm's over, and it's all freedom versus tyranny. It's all liberty versus slavery. And that's why they hate us. We are so close to the tipping point against these people. It is so exciting, and that's why funding this operation has been very expensive. If you're out there watching on the Ustream or Justin TV or YouTube, 15-day free trial, prisonplanet.tv, 15-day free trial. You get 6 memberships for the price of one, $5.95 a month. Prisonplanet.tv funded all of this. Our sponsors, people buying the great ProPure, gravity-fed filters we use on the RV. All of you have made this possible. And I want to thank all the info warriors out there that have bought the books and videos and materials over the years. You've made this possible, and please continue to do so, because it absolutely angers the system that we are resonating with the American people and people of the world, and liberty is rising. So, I mean, listen to this. More Bilderbergs arriving. Let's get over here and end it with some live feeds.
More murdering scum.
New World Order! New World Order scum!
Murdering scum.
Where's the bullhorn, my friend? Oh, yeah.
Murdering scum, Alex. Murdering scum.
Your World Order. Your New World Order's going down. You're criminals. Logan Act. You're not going to run your shadow government, national security state forever. The people are waking up to you, criminals. The spirit of 1776 is rising worldwide. All right, dude. Listen, I'm absolutely exhausted. I've got to let's do some coast to coast AM tonight, but my God, I need some sleep. It's like, never.
Well, you definitely deserve it. Get at least 3 hours. You'll be able to run again tomorrow. And man, you guys are kicking butt. I'm very happy that you're there. I'm very happy that we're able to be here and support you guys and whatever you guys need. We're kicking ass, Alex. We really are, and it feels good.
Yeah, let me end this live part of the transmission. How long have we been going here? What is it, almost like 8 o'clock time?
An hour and 15 minutes we've been going.
Yeah, so it's 9. What time is it here?
It's 9:15 your time.
9:15 Eastern, 8:15 your time. Live, prisonplanet.tv.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about. Look at these signs we're putting on TV. Bilderberg attendees are collaborators with a conspiracy to commit mass murder. Engaged in by the United Nations, arrest them. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Again, they learn with the Nazis. Don't do it overtly. Don't line people up and shoot them. Put it in their food and water. We got all the documents. I mean, yes, the truth is incredible. Yes, it's hard to believe, but it's all real. It's off the charts. There it is. Save the earth. Arrest criminal Bilderbergs. Exactly. Don't let them pose as the saviors anymore. All right. Well, just
Agenda freedom, Alex. Not Agenda 21. Agenda freedom. That's what we want.
Gosh, there goes our shuttle that's supposed to pick us up. Call him back. Tell him to come get us. All right, it doesn't matter. I'll just hang out here some more. I'm loving every minute of it anyways. How long have we got on that before the feed goes down?
Maybe 10 minutes.
Maybe 10 minutes. We'll just keep going until he comes back. What do you make of this overall? I mean, tell me what's coming up on the report.
Well, Mike Adams is going to do it. He did a great job. He's going to cover the cannibal zombie guy in Miami. He's going to cover a little bit of that. And he covers into the zombification of America, and he goes over the 10 steps of why that's actually happening. And it has to do with fluoride, it has to do with vaccines, it has to do with a lot of things, too much TV.
Ooh, I'd call it the zombie conspiracy. Mike Adams exposes the zombie conspiracy.
That's
and that
a good one.
Yeah.
No, and then we go over a little bit about Mitch Daniels, who, I'm convinced now that he is probably going to be the pick for vice president. He's got those Eli Lilly connections. He's a total globalist, and he looks all wimpy. He has this wimpy look about him. Oh, he's harmless. He's going to stick you in the neck with some thimerosal is what he's going to do. He's not harmless. That man's a total cretin.
I'm fantastic. What's your name?
Angela.
Angela, where'd you come from?
I came from Middletown, Delaware.
Well, thanks for coming down here.
You're welcome.
Good to see you.
Thank you for coming.
You bet. Defeat the tyranny.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. How you doing, brother? Good. Good job here. I'm going to go say hi to a few more people. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Alex.
Shuttle's back. All right.
I think I just saw Geithner. I'm not sure, though.
You think you just saw
I
Geithner?
swear, I just saw him. I pointed him out. I mean, it was quick, but...
we got Geithner 4 years ago here.
Yeah.
So you think you saw Geithner?
He was right there in my face. It looked like him, but I can't 100%.
Hope somebody got some video. If you got photos and videos of these people, that's the thing we can do. We can also go over everybody's photos online.
Yep.
And then, give them credit, link to their sites. But
send them to writers at Infowars.
Yes, do a big montage. Everybody send your photos to writers at Infowars.com with a web link where you want us to link back to your site. Amazing. Again, I salute you. Yeah. 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 All right. The builder turds are in trouble. Where did you say that? Where is it, Richard? Oh, that's it down there? All right, bring them in here. We'll just keep streaming back on our way to the hotel.
Sure.
My God.
That's the beauty of the people's media. It goes wherever we go.
Yeah, my problem is I'm talking so much, I start mumbling here, dude.
Well, you're doing great. It's sounding good. It's coming through. We got everybody on there. That mic connection there was great. When you guys switched to that handheld, that really started coming through. It cut out a lot of the background noise.
Yeah, we're working all this out as we go. That was Richard's idea. So will it be even better tomorrow?
Yep.
Live 11 a.m. Central, 12 noon, Infowars.com. Free video feeds, Infowars.com. The power of the people. If people will just spread the word. I'll just get in here with you. Go ahead. Good job. The power of the people taking action. If everybody will hit their Twitter, their Facebook with our video feeds, if everybody will just take action right now, that is the key.
We got two links, live video from Bilderberg 2012 and Bilderberg breaking news, both of which are at the top of the featured section on Infowars.com. That is where you're going to find everything there. We have our Ustream links, our Justin TV, our YouTube videos, everything we need to get out there and spread the word. If you can't be there in person, if you can't be there in spirit, get on the internet and spread the word. Let's let people know about this. Let's make it happen, because this is the time we could have the 100th monkey right here. That'll be the tipping point that's just going to topple this entire thing. And you never know. Maybe we arrest these guys at this event. You never know. Anything could happen. Anything could happen.
Well, listen, I agree with you. And in closing, fabulous job, Rob. Or you can just shoot some video out the front window if you want. I'm always here directing everybody, and somebody brought me bags of documents people were giving me. There were all these plainclothes feds saying they were listeners. There was cops telling us they were listeners and getting in trouble. The tipping point is coming. We've got to expose the enemy so that as they implode everything, they get the blame as they deserve it. This is so essential. Now is the time. Everyone, get here. Don't count on others and thank them for doing it. Get past your fear. You better be afraid of not fighting back. You better be afraid of not taking action. Can I hear everybody's war growl against tyranny right now? Yeah! Yeah! We're going to defeat the New World Order, the answer to 1984, 1776. If you don't mind, I'd like to hear you guys go out to break with the full show and just hear what you have to say. Here in closing, I'm Alex Jones signing off until Lord willing, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow on the radio. Back tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Great job to the Infowars crew and all the subscribers.
All right. Thank you very much, Alex. We are now back at the studios here in Austin, Texas. And boy, that was very inspiring watching all the Info Warriors out there, all the smiling faces, the bright eyes, people that know what's going on, people that are aware, people that are awake. And this is the time for you to wake other people up, okay? Start sending out those links. If you live in the area, if you live 200 miles away, you can get there. You could be part of it tomorrow. Bring one of your friends who's asleep. Bring them up there and show them, hey, why is this meeting happening in secret? Look, these are the people that are on it. They're all over from the world. These are leaders. These are power brokers from all over the world. Why are they meeting in secret? Why do they have giant fences? Why is there no media covering this? Okay, and use the analogy, use the rock star, movie star analogy. If there was 100 movie stars getting together to plan an event or plan some sort of agenda, there would be helicopters, there would be submarines, there would be massive amounts of people with cameras, mainstream media. It would be all over the place. That's all that would be on TV. It would be nonstop coverage. Why is this not being covered? There's a reason for it. It's because they don't want you to know what's going on. They want to keep you in the dark so they can slowly soft kill you, so they can slowly take your kids away, so they can take you away. They can put you in a prison, do whatever they want to you, and that's where it's going. It's not going to get any better. Okay, you've seen it. We're going to cover it in the news. Student loan rates up 275%. That's the amount of student loans, almost $1 trillion. I'm sorry, it's 900 billion. Okay, that's in 10 years. It's gone like that. It's only getting worse, and it's accelerating now. We talked about the countries in Europe that have gone down, that are going down now. It's Greece, it's Spain, and then it's going to be Portugal, and then it's the rest of Europe. And once Europe goes, we're not too far behind. And China's going to be right there. They're licking their lips. They can't wait for this to happen because then they think they're going to be the power brokers. But they're not even the power brokers. They're just the henchmen to create the other cadres of factories that are taking all the jobs from everywhere else in the world. And it's all happening now. Go to the links where we have them at Bilderberg Breaking News right at the top of our featured section, and Bilderberg live video from Bilderberg 2012. Alex Jones will be on the air back again tomorrow at 11. We'll be having more live updates. We're going to do this again tomorrow. This is great. We did an hour and a half live. Please consider becoming a member if you're watching this on YouTube now. You go to prisonplanet.tv or infowarsnews.com. You can become a member. And we have a 15-day free trial. You can get all this news. Excuse me, you can put it out. You can send it to your friends. You can make it happen, okay? Because that's how it's going to happen, by waking people up. This is becoming, freedom is becoming the lexicon. Freedom is becoming what people are talking about, because it used to not be about, you know, how many guns you owned and what rights are being taken away. That used to not be the discussion. It used to be what's on the web, what's on Dancing with Stars. Now the new discussion is, how many guns do you have? Do you have, you know, precious metals? What are you doing to prepare? It's all coming that way. So with that, are we ready to go to the news? All right, we're going to go to Mike Adams doing the nightly news. It's about almost an hour, so you're getting just about 2.5 hours of news tonight. And, you know, we got to go home. I want to go home and see my kids, but you know what? We don't have a future if we don't stop this now. So please say your prayers for people, support them. If you don't have a Pro Pure water filter, get one. It supports us. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. And with that, we're going to go to the nightly news. I'm Rob Dew signing off, and we will see you tomorrow. Fighting the Info War. It's Bilderberg 2012 Chantilly 3.0.
Be heard, be active, be social. Info warriors worldwide are logging on to the newest activist social network, planetinfowars.com. I'm Christy Hightower. This week on Planet Infowars, follow Alex Jones in the official Bilderberg 2012 Info Warriors official site. You can watch up-to-the-minute news, information, and live streams, all covering the globalist clandestine convention going on this week in Chantilly, Virginia. Create your own sites of activists and information on planetinfowars.com.
It is Thursday, May 31st, 2012. Welcome to Infowars Nightly News. This is Mike Adams, the Health Ranger, filling in for Alex Jones tonight. And here's what we have ahead for you on the show.
Tonight,
Bilderberg Group openly now says that our military is run by the UN and NATO. They're openly announcing world government. They are the enemy of this country. And more, we are identifying them. The answer to their 1984 system is 1776.
full spectrum coverage from the secretive meeting that is Bilderberg 2012. As the elite's cloak of secrecy is unveiled in Chantilly, Virginia. Then, the Bilderberg list is revealed, with possible VP candidate and shill for the vaccine industry, Mitch Daniels, in attendance. Plus, Don Tolman, the Whole Food Medicine Cowboy, joins Mike Adams via video Skype. All that plus tonight's top headlines up next on the Infowars Nightly News.
Leading off with our top story tonight, Bilderberg 2012 and the Occupy Bilderberg movement. As you know, Alex Jones and the Infowars crew is there in Virginia covering all of the breaking news surrounding Bilderberg. And we now have an official release of an attendee list. Now, that list has some real showstoppers, some eye-openers. They include, get this, Indiana Governor Mitch Daniels, who is a former senior vice president for corporate strategy of the Eli Lilly company. Yes, indeed, one of the giants of the pharmaceutical industry. The very company pushing vaccines, psychiatric drugs for children, and all kinds of other drugs that claim to treat degenerative disease. Is it possible now, with Rubio not appearing on the attendee list at Bilderberg, is it possible that Governor Mitch Daniels is now being considered as the vice president candidate for Mitch Romney? If so, and if Romney were to be elected president, it would mean that the United States of America could have a vice president that has a high position, or previously did, in big pharma. Can you imagine the outcome of that? More vaccines for everyone. It's national policy. It's what the federal government wants. So more with the attendee list, by the way. Look at some of the names that have shown up in here. We've got the Prince Felipe of Belgium. We've got Mitchell Daniels. Oh, we just covered him. We've got Thomas Donnellan, the National Security Advisor of the White House. We've got executives from BP. And James Johnson, the vice chairman of Perseus. He is reportedly responsible for leading the selection teams that selected the previous vice presidents of the two previous administrations in the White House. So if he is indeed there looking at Governor Daniels, it could once again be more evidence that Daniels is being considered for the vice president situation. We've also got Vernon Jordan on the attendee list. Of course, John Kerry, Henry Kissinger. What would a Bilderberg meeting be without Mr. Kissinger there attending? And many others, Peggy Noonan and Charlie Rose, the journalists, of course, Eric Schmidt, executive of Google, and Martin Wolf. Many others. The names are, of course, quite intriguing, and you can find the full list on stories and links from Infowars.com. That's big news coming out of Bilderberg this evening. Now, there has, of course, been a media blackout on the Bilderberg meetings for many years. Remember when Alex Jones first started talking about it, he was called a conspiracy theorist, that there's no such thing as Bilderberg, we were told. Well, now the media has to reluctantly admit that Bilderberg does exist, but they still don't want to talk about it. But that censorship, that blackout, has now been broken by the Washington Times, which has broken the silence on the media blackout of Bilderberg in a story that they have posted. And Paul Joseph Watson has covered that announcement in a story on Infowars.com that says it's all part of, he quotes the Times saying it's all part of an unprecedented security crackdown now enforced to protect global financiers, banking heads, media and technology moguls, as well as elected officials from the very public whose lives are affected by their decisions. Of course, that quote refers to why there is a media blackout on the Bilderberg meetings. But Alex Jones then has a quote, "This year, it's the biggest ever." Yeah, Bilderberg is not only bigger, but there's more public scrutiny on the meeting, thanks to the efforts of Alex Jones and all the Infowars crew and all the protesters who are